The E-Type Jaguar, one of the great iconic cars. I have been privileged to drive a few of the cars. This last one was a Series 1 I hired from Vintage Classics a few years ago. A Series 1, the car everybody wants. Barago's models are also based on the Series Coupe and Roadster. Here is the Donor Coupe car that will be converted into a Le Mans lightweight. No less than Enzo Ferrari called the E-Type the most beautiful car in the world, and he knew a thing or two about cars. Please click and subscribe. Now here's the Donor Roadster, which is a more difficult job to convert into a lightweight because I need to obtain a hard top. The coupe ran in the 1961 race and the engine failed after 4 hours. Whereas the number 15 lightweight you see here managed to finish 9th overall. 3 of them were entered. That was the number 14 you saw in the picture. I think that one crashed. But here we go on to the actual modelling. Now here is the coupe with the bonnet dismantled in various parts, as you can see. Turn it over. There's parts underneath that have to come off. And all this has to be taken apart. You can see the 4 retaining screws here taken off. This is one of the more complicated Barago models actually to work on. The rear suspension is quite detailed on this model, as we'll show you when we have it stripped right down. Here it is in all the component parts. A lot of them have got to be repainted, which is usually done by hand. Of course, the body is resprayed. It will be in British Racing Green, this one. The wing mirrors are removed because they didn't run with those wing mirrors. You can see on this car I had hired, they didn't have those bonnet wing mirrors. The engine will be stripped down as much as possible and repainted. And of course the wheels have got to be done, the tyres taken off, and the wheels are painted green as well. Although the spinners remain silver. Yeah, we're coming in a bit closer to see the parts. So the first thing is to put the shell into the caustic soda bath. Here we are. Of course, you've got to add the hot water first, not the other way around. Here's the caustic soda about to go in, I should think. There we are. Put quite a bit in because it's quite a big model, this. I know I have to do it in 2 baths because the chassis won't go in with the main part of the body. Bubbling away nicely. Usually leave them in there about an hour or so. So here's a lot of the component parts repainted. wheels have been done green, as I said. And I've made a long-range fuel tank and filler for the car. The engine and gearbox are done. Rear suspension has been repainted. Quite a bit of work on this model. Of course, while this is going on, we respray the main body parts in the spray booth, or the garden shed as it is. There we are. I think it's come out quite well. This is the spray paint I use, Auto Extreme British Racing Green. It's quite good, this paint. Here she is, all sprayed up and put back together again. Just waiting on the decals now for the number 8. You can see the racing long-range tank on the back, and here's the Roadster all resprayed. And the Roadsters ran in the 1962 Le Mans race, and they were in white with blue stripes, as you've seen. There's the Auto Art hardtop I had to obtain. Quite expensive, that was. Oh, Butterfingers! I dropped it. Good job it's plastic. So it's a case of reassembling the Roadster now with the hard top. You can see the complexity of the chassis there. I'm quite pleased how well the bonnet came out. Here's the Roadster with their race numbers on. Looking pretty good, I think. I'm not sure what the yellow spot is they have, but the Roadster and the Coupe both had them. I'm not quite sure what they mean. There's the long-range tank filler. And you can see the tank inside the door. Certainly an iconic shape. I think the New York Museum of Art has one hanging on the wall. They do run this car at Goodwood from time to time. There she is, still wearing the 8. Here's the Roadster with her hard top applied, looking quite nice. Here we can take off the hard top and you can see the roll cage that I made for her. She also has the long range tank, and we of course the Roadsters ran with solid wheels rather than the spoke ones, so I've filled in the wheels there to make them more look like what the original had. And here she is with all her decals on. The blue stripes, the number 15. The only one of the 3 cars that actually finished. 3 of these were entered in the race. That was the 1962 race. And here they are together. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.